كم نجري لنتخفف من أحمال الحياة، ثم نتوقف قليلا لنستريح فندرك أننا ما تحركنا، وأن الخريف قد تسرب إلينا من تحت الأصابع. كم نضجر من بداوتنا ومن بلداتنا ونسوم أنفسنا النقد وسوء الكلام، لكن من يحمينا من الحنين إلى جلودنا؟ كم تكلفنا الحياة من سؤال يظل عالقا مثل أعواد القصب. ثم إنها واحات ضرع، إنها الواحات التي عبرتها عبر قرون قوافل العاج والذهب والجميلات، ضرع التي كانت طريقا فائضا بالحكايات. هي دي أمامي، والواحة عالم لا يعطيني نفسه بسهولة، مساحتها تترادف مع شهوة المخاتلة، الليل أبكم فيها والنهار مغبر. ماذا تقول الجدة لأحفادها؟ إن سبلا بيضاء سترعاهم بعون الله رغم فقر الدم وقلة الحيلة وبرد الطرقات ومكر الحكومة التي نسيت هذا الشعب. إنهم سيجدون يوما ما الحب والحب والمقعد الدراسي، أن الواحة ستظل حية رغم موت النخيل وتصحر المكان ورغم كل ما يقال. لن أغفو على مقعد الحافلة، سأشبع أولا من صور المكان، من نظافة الخضرة، من رهافة طين القصور والقصبات، ثم سأفكر جديا: هل تستطيع الريح أن تنطر هذه الأفكار فوق أشجار النخيل البعيدة التي يستظل بظلها العجائز؟ My name is Abdelaziz ERRACHIDI. I am from Morocco, actually from the south of Morocco. My place, my small town called Zagora. It's a chain of oases connected by desert. I am professor in the university at Ibn Tofaïl University in Morocco. I teach literature, Arabic, and creative writing. I have several books. I can mention like A Lie of Death, Kitchen of Love, Sindbad of Sahara, Childhood of Frog, and others. My work translated into English, French, Spanish, Amazigh, which our mother tongue in Morocco, and also into Bulgarian languages. Yeah. Actually, Morocco is the identity of Morocco is the most important thing known by the identity of Morocco is like very different. I mean, there is diversity cultural in our place. So to be Moroccan is to be like Amazigh, African, and also Arabic and Islamic. So to be Arabic and Islamic, that means writing has a value because it's related by sacred and religious domain. You know, one of the most important thing in Islam that Al-Quran, one of its names is Al-Kitab, the book. So being a writer in Arabic world and in Morocco means that people feel that you do something very special. Also in Morocco, even with those who do not read or write, I think writing is very special, very good with them. But on other hand, we can say that Morocco is a country in the progress of development. So the expectation of people to the writer is huge, it's a lot. So they expect you to speak about employment, about health, about education, and about freedom issues. So if you put the writer in this balance between something very sacred, very special, and in other obligation, you can understand the situation of a writer in Morocco. So writing is good, is delicious, but also it's like a merit, like a gift, and also like a position. That's it. I mean, yeah. Morocco usually says that Morocco is the best country in the world. They write it everywhere. They write it in newspapers, in the internet, in the Facebook, and I'm with that because maybe if you visit Morocco, you can find everything. There is sun, there is fresh air, good weather, hospitality of people very kind, very helpful, and also we have a space, a very large space of sea. So we have everything in Morocco. I think the small thing you can find if you are from other country, I mean from USA, from Europe, you can find just that like Moroccans are a little bit curious, so they don't respect your space. I usually say to my friends, if you come to Morocco, don't look for space. There is no space in Morocco. That's it. I usually write in two stages. The stage of rushing and unpacking, and the stage of drafting. My first work is collecting. I mean, I look for images, and I write in travel. I mean, in all travels. I write in train, in plane, while walking, while sleeping. So my first work is like collecting the images and trying to build this text. This first stage is simple, is easy for me, and is also delicious. It's the most beautiful part of my writing. The second stage is drafting. And in this stage, you should stay. You should like sit on the chair, in the office or on the coffee, and write. It's the time of deleting, adding, and editing, and it's the most difficult stage in my writing. The first one is wonderful, like fun, like work, not work, like play. I just play. I can bring an image from the life, from like proverb, from smile, from any special thing in the life. But the second stage is very, very, very difficult because it pushes you to stay and to write. Yeah. Real work. I mean, real work, like office, like employment. Yeah. I believe that a writer has a public duty. Actually, it's a question very popular in critical thinking in the whole world. So between two point of views, between those who think about being a writer is just fun, just like create something very, very, very fun, or just like for pleasure, and the other who think that writer must try to change the world. I am with the second, but writer should not forget that his first rule is aesthetic rule. So I am with the second one. COVID is a good opportunity for people to discover writing and reading also. You know that while the period of COVID, people read a lot in their home. They discover. I tried yesterday when we speak about COVID to say that it's a position for people in the world to discover their body. And I write the text about body, about discovering body, or discovering hands, especially about discovering what hand can do. What is the situation of hand before COVID and after COVID? Maybe you read that. So we discover our body, which means our body, the family is the body. Like we usually say that the house is also body. It's a part of body. The body also is a part of house. So we discover our houses, our bodies, our families. So we discover also another thing is the book. We still time to read. So I am also writers try to be in their societies. They stop being away and far from their societies. In Morocco, many writers write about pandemic, and they did a good job because mass media is the worst thing happened for us in this period, because mass media try to create fear and create a lot of they make us like sick in the psychology parts. But writers try to balance the tank, and yeah. I think that every country should have a cultural policy helping culture in any ways. It will make a little bit of rights in the world, and the sector of books. Book sector is very important, and I think government should try to help, like cultural meeting, publishing, festival of books, and all this stuff. Your experience in international writing program is very important and very special. I used to be in a lot of residencies in USA, in Chicago, in Michigan, in Virginia twice, and so I realized that the experience of international writing program is very, very special, because it's not just stay and write. It's more than that. It's create a relationship between people, like it's discover the American situation, American cultural policy also. So it's very good, and I hope that this program will be in the next 100 years. In my hand, a book called Monarch of the Square. This book. It is an anthology of Mohammed Zevzef's short story, translated from the Arabic by Mbark Srifi, my translator and my friend, and Roger Allen, who is an American writer from Pennsylvania. I choose this book because Mohammed Zevzef is the leader of our writing in Morocco. He is one of the most famous and important writers in Morocco. And if you want to be in the literature of Morocco, if you want to read that, you should start by Mohammed Zafzal, because he can take you from your own country to Morocco. He can give you like images, like everything about Morocco. He is very, very close from the society, and he is one of the writers who has duty, general duty. Yeah. When I come to Iowa, I thought that 2 months is a long time, so I will find time to write, and it will be a little bit boring time, because I felt that I spent like a month in Virginia. It was a very large space, and in the two first weeks you write hardly. After that, you start to relate, to find yourself like missing your home. Yeah, but in Iowa, 2 months is very cool. It's very short. It's very like it's very what?
Short?
Yeah, yeah, it's very short. So I feel that it's a good time. I write a very good part of my novel. I meet a lot of people, and this delicious, these special events I participate every week, make us happy and make things change. So I feel like being in Iowa City also, it's a gift, because people are very helpful, very kind. You can find you safely. Also, it's a safe place. You can find yourself everywhere, every time, with no problem, and you can ask anything. People respond very easily. So it's a gift for me. It's a good experience. It's one of the most important experience in my life, really. Thank you, Iowa. Apart what I did with international writing program, which means events and all this stuff, I start to write. I don't start, but I try to finish my new novel about desert. It's about desert, because I had already a novel about desert called Bedouin and the Edge, and this is the second part of this novel, and I fell into, especially in 2 or 3 weeks in my stay, I felt good with the writing. So thank you.